And I do mean everyone, there's a lot of people here. Okay, so I'm going to tempt the demo gods, as with everyone else today. I'm actually going to do a demo of our agent toolkit in action. So NOC is product and customer messaging infrastructure. So we help companies basically power product-facing messaging flows. But we've been working on some really cool things with agents and how to power agent messaging, which we think is going to be a really interesting space in the future. But because I'm at an MCP night, I cannot not demo our MCP server that we also shipped on top of our agent toolkit. So what I'm going to do here is kick this off and come back to it at the end of the demo and really tempt fate. And what we're going to do is actually invoke our MCP server to create a whole load of notification workflows just with this prompt up here. So I'm going to kick that off. My cursor is in YOLO mode, so we do not have to approve tool calls, just so everyone is wondering. So, okay, on to the real demo. So here what I have is a fictional financial services company called Slope. And what this demo is going to show is our deferred tool calling in action. And what that means is actually powering these kind of human-in-the-loop interactions through agents. So what I can do in this demo is actually issue a new card. And what you can imagine here is I'm an employee, and when I request a card to be issued, what it actually needs is some approval from someone, like an admin or my manager within the organization. So I'm going to give this a quick name and try and type. So we're going to say it's a travel card. OK, so now what's going to happen is the agent is actually going to call out to NOC, and what we're going to do is actually execute a workflow that we've defined in NOC that represents the messaging that we're going to power. So if I jump over here, this is the NOC dashboard. And this is the workflow that we're going to send here. So what we're doing is we're sending an email, and then we're sending an SMS that will ask our managers for approval. So if I go in here and just show you what this email looks like, just so you can get a taste, it's really simple, just has an approve reject button on it. Cool, so I'm going to head back, and I'm going to look at the messages that are actually generated. So this is a really neat thing, and Michael touched on this. Like, one of the key things about running agent messaging and powering agents is that you really need great control and visibility into the messages that they're sending and control over what they're doing, right? So NOC gives you that interface so we can look at the messages that are being generated from the agent. So if I jump in here, these messages are not sent because I did not want to send emails as part of this demo as well. But we can actually jump in and see the message that was generated in NOC here. And you can see this is my card issue request. What I'm going to do is hit approve on that. It's going to go back. And then what's going to happen in the background is that whole approval goes through NOC. We record the interaction with it. And then what we're doing is that tool call that was originally deferred has now been executed. So that human-in-the-loop approval just happened behind the scenes. And I'm just going to show you really quickly a little bit of code that helps do that. So this is using our toolkit, our agent toolkit, which you can get on NPM. What I'm doing here is I have an issue card tool up here. And what I'm actually doing here is wrapping that issue card tool in requiring human input. And what's going to happen there is this is a bit of code that basically says, instead of invoking that tool call right away, actually defer that to NOC. And then we have some resuming code as well that will actually come back around, and it will then execute that tool call once we've got the approval. So we can see here, once the approval comes in, this is all coming in via a webhook, all powered by NOC's infrastructure. The tool call comes back, we execute it, and then we tell the LLM to continue. Nothing's blocking there as well. So this is all available in our agent SDK, our agent toolkit. And you can actually use the agent toolkit to drive autonomous agent messaging as well, using those NOC workflows that I showed you. But just to show you the last part of this demo here, if I jump back to NOC and I look at what that prompt did that we drove earlier using our MCP server, you can see here we have a whole load of new workflows inside of NOC. So if I jump in, check out this welcome to Slope workflow, what we'll see here is that the LLM went off and it created these messages automatically. So we can just bootstrap a whole load of messaging for our SaaS startup just with a really small prompt using an MCP client, just like Cursor. So that's it. That's my demo for today. Cool.
Amazing. Great demo, Chris.